Hello everyone, Thempire Ian here with more new cards. We're fresh off the ban list, which has successfully rotated out the budget decks and has brought in the new expensive decks for you to buy. And so now let's look at some more new cards that might change the meta in the future after they rotate out the current best deck, after they've, run out their usefulness of being sold and marketed and are now, worth pennies and are actually a budget way for people to play. And then you just get rid of them all. You don't want people to have a budget way to play the game, because then they might not buy the shiny new cards. So let's look at some new shiny new cards. We've got a new Magistus card, and then up next we got the new Dragonmaid cards. This new Magistus card is Endymion, the crest of the Magistus. Link 2 light spellcaster, 1850 attack, charmer stats, which is fun. 2 monsters, including a level 4 spellcaster, charmers. I think only a couple of them are level 4s actually. You can only use the first and second. You can only use one of the first and second effects of this card named once per turn. Okay, so you're locked into only one of these effects per turn. Only once that turn. If this card is link summon, you can target one Magistus monster you control, equip one spellcaster from your graveyard or banishment to it. That sounds like a Magistus effect, all right. During the main phase quick effect, you can target one spellcaster monster in your spell trap zone and treat it as an equipped spell. Return it to the hand. Okay, so this one thing this can do is use the new Poplar that Magistus has, that new Poplar effect guy, the Alistair. You add it to hand, it special summons itself, and then it does stuff. That's in the graveyard. You link summon this guy, you target that, or you target a Magistus monster you control. It doesn't have to be this one, but it could be this one. Equip that Alistair to it. And then you can bounce it back to hand, and then it activates again, and it summons itself, and it lets you play on your opponent's turn a little bit. I do like the idea of playing on your opponent's turn. That is like a powerful, it's usually a pretty powerful effect when you're able to play on your opponent's turn a little bit. I don't know. I don't feel comfortable like assigning any weight to any of these effects here until we know what the combos really look like for Magistus, and I just don't know them yet. So I'm sure somebody's working on them already, but there's more and more cards coming, so they're shifting constantly, and I don't really want to spend the time to learn anything about them until they're done releasing cards for this thing. It is certainly going to be a spellcaster pile, but the matter of what it'll actually look like and whether this card will be a part of it is up for debate. I do like the fact that it's a link to. I think that makes it a decent step in between your Artemis and your Selene, so I think that gives it potential alone. I do wonder, though, if you're going to need to have some sort of link for some sort of boss monster to go into, but I don't know. I guess we'll see. Speaking of we'll see, we'll see what's going on with the Dragonmaids. Looks like we've got Chamber. This is Chamber's dragon form. She hasn't had her due yet, so I guess it's time for that. Stern? That's not an anagram for chamber. Why are they breaking the why are they breaking the naming conventions? Okay, whatever. Maybe they'll change that for the English release. Dark Dragon, yeah, level 9. I think that's one of the bigger ones. Hold up. I got it pulled up, so... yeah, that's a... Oh, that's like an 8. And that's like a 7. They don't have the number listed. I'm having to estimate. I think that's a 7 as well. And that's an 8. So I guess it is the bigger one, kind of by default. I think it's the same size as House Dragonmaid. And then I think Xiao is 10, if I remember correctly. I don't want to do the math on that, or the counting, I mean. 2800, blah, blah, blah. You can only use the first and third effects once per turn. You can discard this card, special summon a Dragonmaid monster from your graveyard or banishment. Sure. I mean, this is fine. It's a decent extension, I guess. Especially since, you discard the other Dragonmaid, like, big guys to do things. So if you need to get the big guys on field for some reason, that allows you to do that more easily. Dragon fusion monster you control cannot be destroyed by opponent's card effects. Yippee skippy. I do not care. That's so nothing. At the end of the battle phase, you can return this card to the hand if you do special summon a level 4 lower Dragonmaid from your hand. Yes. Okay. So it is, in fact, a big dragon in the Dragonmaid archetype. This is bad. It's a good Dragonmaid card, but Dragonmaids are bad. And this doesn't help them not be bad. Dragonmaids are so behind the curve that they were bad on release. Like, I don't think they have been playable outside of, like, being used as tools for Dragon Link since their release. I know a lot of people played them in Master Duel, but that's because they made a structure deck for them, and they're Dragonmaids. They're Dragonmaid girls. Why wouldn't you play them? And the reason why you wouldn't play them is because they're not particularly good. I dueled a friend just the other day playing Dragonmaid, and it was a miserable time for both of us because instrumental play. I was playing a good deck. I was playing fucking Memento. Another deck build pack. Just completely different treatment for these two deck build packs. Memento got a ton of really good support that made it very powerful. Dragonmaid got Chamber and the fusions or the big fusion, and that's about it. And those are really important parts of Dragonmaid, but they don't do anything other than just be there and you do the negate thing. It's awful. We got a new fusion though, so maybe this will fix things. That's neat. A new Dragonmaid, a new person to maybe they'll release another wave. And like putting a new Dragonmaid into the rotation suggests the presence of a new dragon as well. But it took them 4 years to release a new dragon for Dragonmaid, for Chamber Dragonmaid. So who's to say when we get the dragon for Ladies Dragonmaid, right? Because like if it's another 4 years, it'll be too late for it to do anything because the entire deck will be out of date again. And again, I think these on release are going to be pretty out of date already. So this is a level 8 Light Dragon Fusion, 2000 attack, 3000 defense. So this is a defensive tool, I guess. Materials are true Dragonmaid monsters, two Dragonmaid monsters with the same attribute but different levels. So that would be your duo, the maid form and the dragon form together, fused together. It must first be special summoned from your extra deck by banishing one each of the above cards from your field and graveyard. Okay, so that makes it actually pretty easy to do. Since, as I mentioned before, the dragon forms discard for effect. They get into the graveyard pretty easily, and then you summon the main deck monster. I guess they're all main deck monsters. The maid form. God, I just need to say it maid form. So theoretically here, you have the Stern. Stern does something, special summons back a Dragonmaid. It discards itself, so it's in the graveyard. And then you have you can have Chamber, summon Chamber on the field, and then Chamber gets to search a spell trap, which is not bad. Not bad at all. Unfortunately, most of the other Dragonmaids are pretty bad. And look at Laundry. Normal special summon, you can send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard. Cool. Parlor, you can send one Dragonmaid card from your deck to the graveyard. Cool. So what you can do with Parlor is you can send Lorpar, and then you can make the new fusion, I guess. Nurse, target a level 4 lower Dragonmaid monster to the graveyard and special summon it. Awesome. Kitchen lets you add one, so that's pretty good. So Kitchen can add Tinkek. I don't know how you want to pronounce. Konami, how do you want me to pronounce this card? So Kitchen is a good 1-card combo to get to this new lady, so that's not bad. And then Chamber can get you to the spell trap, which lets you fusion summon. Which one is it? Changeover? Yeah. Changeover lets you fusion summon. And it's pretty easy to go into. I think you go house first, right? Do you go house first or do you go xiao first? I can't remember. I'm like blanking on it right now. No, you go xiao, right? And xiao turns into... Yeah. Xiao is the negate. You go into xiao first, xiao negates, and then turns into house, right? That's what it is. So this lets you... So this is pretty easy to make with the kitchen, and then chamber can get you into the other one. Let's see what this actually does, though. If this card is special summon, you can special summon one level 4 lower Dragonmaid monster from your deck. Okay, so it gives you some extension. During the standby phase, you can fusion summon one dragon fusion monster from your extra deck by shuffling its materials from your field or banishment into the deck. Field or banishment, but no graveyard. So it specifically has to be banished stuff. Does the fusion spell banish? No. What's banishing here? Why are we using banish? What is the point of banish? I don't see banish on any of these cards. Okay, this one has the word banish on it, but it does not banish a Dragonmaid monster. It banishes itself. Oh, but it does... So the special summon banishes. So that would be what it is that you're getting the banish off of these, and then you're using the cards you banished to fusion summon. And then recycling them. Oh, that's neat. That's actually pretty neat. This card does a lot of the work for itself. Okay, so it's not actually interacting with anything that the deck has done before. It's all on its own, essentially. Okay, other than the fact that it does a fusion summon, which the deck did do before. All right. So, like, idea here is you can just go, very easily go kitchen and then get Tinkek. Wait, what does Tinkek actually do, though? Tinkek, discard this card, target a Dragonmaid monster you control against 2,000 attack at the end of this turn. Perfect. It doesn't, all you need to do is control a Dragonmaid monster. Okay, so you go kitchen, Tinkek, discard Tinkek, banish both to make Dragonmaid Lattice. Dragonmaid Lattice special summons, Chamber searches a spell trap, and then you use the fusion effect in your opponent's standby phase to make Xiao. Is Xiao a hard once per turn? Yeah, it is. Oh. During the standby phase part is what's fucking me up here. If you could just do it like right then and there. It's like almost something. The thing is, I don't think 2 cards can make Dragonmaid playable. They are trying very hard with this, and you know, with Stern as well. Stern is a decent card, but this card's kind of crazy. They're trying very hard with it, but with 2 cards, you just can't make Dragonmaid playable. Because even if you did have this, like, do it during the main phase, and then it also does something else or whatever, like, to make this actually, like, make Dragonmaid a playable deck, you would just have the Gen X situation where it's all the power concentrated in one card, simply impermanent, you know? Awkward thing, though, is that there's not a whole lot of searches in the deck. I guess this lets you special summon, it lets you swap out. Is kitchen the only search? That's a send. There's a lot of sending. But I think for this, it has to specifically be one on field, one in the grave. Yeah. I think that's what it's saying, but by banishing one each of the above cards from your field and grave. Yeah, like one each from the field and the grave, I think. Or I guess that's what they mean there. It's a bad wording, but I think that's what they mean, is that it has to be one from the field, one from the grave. So you're gonna have, it has to be the specific ones. So your one card starters are Kitchen Dragonmaid, grad, Tinkek, discard, and then you make that. And then Parlor, send Lorpar, and then make that. Chamber, weirdly enough, is actually not part of the one card combo. But you probably still want to play 3 of it, because you want to be able to access your spell traps, because the spell traps, you know, you can get to the fusion, and the fusion will let you get into Xiao even earlier. But yeah, you probably want to play Tidying. That'll be like the thing you search off of Chamber Dragonmaid, which Chamber Dragonmaid will probably be what you special summon off of the effect of Lady's Dragonmaid. I can't see any reason to play Nurse or Laundry, unfortunately. Like, I guess... Nah, I mean, like, Nurse can do things, I suppose. Maybe, you know, actually, Nurse is not a bad, like, recovery tool. I think what's going to be the saving grace for this deck is that it doesn't lock you into anything. Nothing locks you in this entire deck. So what you're going to have to do is, like, figure out a way to start doing some Dragon Link shit here. The thing is, though, I don't think this does anything for Dragon Link. Dragon Link is a pretty, like, tight deck. It's not got a lot of room for extra crap, and it's got a lot of powerful cards in it already. And what this does is it gives you very easy access to a card that sits on field until the opponent's standby phase, at which point it summons Xiao, which is in the gate, and then does swap out for House. Which does give you a pop if a dragon monster returns to your hand. But that doesn't actually do all that much. It does have a decent attack stat, but that's I'm really stretching for nice things to say about it at that point, right? I don't really see this doing anything in Dragon Link, and if it doesn't do anything in Dragon Link, it doesn't do anything, right? You could do some like Dragon Link stuff within this deck, maybe, and that might help it. But there's nothing about this deck, nothing about these new cards increase the ceiling on the deck. It all increases the consistency, and that's great. I think it does need the increase in consistency, but nothing increases the ceiling, and the ceiling on this deck is very low, unless you can find a way to get some really stupid stuff done with Dragon Link. That's really the only thing you can do here, which is unfortunate. I think these are kind of just dead in the water. It's really the odd one out for the Trinity box, right? Punk is an incredibly powerful engine. And any new cards to it will see some amount of play, probably. Orchest, you don't even need to print new cards for. You just need to release some of the old ones from the list. And it's going to start seeing some results. Just like paired up with Kashtira cards. That's what I've been seeing it with. There's a lot of like Kashtira Fiendsmith Orchest, I think, is like what I've been seeing sometimes. It seems all right to me. And if you release more cards off the ban list, it would see even more play. So like printing new cards for it, yeah, that's gonna see some play. Dragonmaid hasn't been good outside of Dragon Link, and even then, I think it was only played for a little bit in Dragon Link, and then it was dropped pretty quickly. if I'm remembering correctly, Dragon Link's been around for a long time, so it's hard to remember all the twists and turns it's taken. Yeah, I'm not thrilled with these. I'm like, sorry to the Dragonmaid players. I feel like these are good cards. It's just like I feel like you need more than 3 or more than 2 cards, more than 3 probably too. Yeah, you probably need like 4 or 5 cards to really make Dragonmaid something again. And I think what it is that you're gonna need the dragon form of this card. Like once they make a dragon form of this card, that's another fusion monster that you can make off of its own effect. Then you have Xiao and something else, and that'll be like the difference maker, right? Maybe that one will require 3 Dragonmaids, and you'll use the 2 that you banished and this one on field to make this new Dragonmaid, you know? But if they do that, and that new one is actually like good and worth playing and has a decent interruption, I think there could be something interesting here actually, of a deck that kind of snowballs, right? That's the thing about Dragonmaid, is that it has a lot of snowballing, where once you get started, you can really get going with just all the Dragonmaid effects triggering over and over and over again. It really helps you create this snowball effect that just like an overwhelming force just arrives up here eventually, right? So maybe we'll see that in the future. I do think they have opened the door, but like when will they take that opportunity, right? Because again, Chamber was released in 2020, I think. Let me check that one more time. 2020, April 30th, 2020. And we're getting the dragon form in 2024. No, 2025. We're getting it in 2025. Because I was looking at the TCG release there. It was released in 2020, April 2020. Then it's released in 2025 for them, or for us and them. Okay, enough time dilations. So it could be quite a while until we actually see the dragon form of Lady's Dragonmaid, which I think is what's going to be the difference maker for Dragonmaid currently. But by the time we actually see the dragon, it might not be the difference maker anymore because of the power creep. If Yu-Gi-Oh is even around in 4 years, like 4 more years of Yu-Gi-Oh, like come on, it's going to be. Can you imagine the power creep of 4 more years of Yu-Gi-Oh? Oh man, we were playing like like Dino was relevant in 2020. Fucking Dino was relevant in 2020. Like, come on. Virtual World, you know, Virtual World was late 2020 even. Like that was even like after a year of power creep, Virtual World came out. Oh man. So yeah, these are a little disappointing. I have no idea about the Magistus card. I cannot fathom the uses of that card, but I think it's got some interesting applications. I'm just not sure what to do with it yet. I'm gonna need to see some people tinkering with it. Yeah, let me know what you think of these down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hey there, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Got a lot more for you if you want them. Just hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to get notifications. I'd also appreciate if you left me a like and a comment, maybe share the video around with your friends. You can also follow me on all usual social media sites. Just check out my website in the description below for more info. My videos are funded by my patrons and YouTube members, whose names you'll see scrolling by in these credits here. For just $1 a month, you too could find yourself here, trapped in my end screen for all eternity. In particular, I'd like to thank Haru Hayes, Fleakill, Frog Prince Michael, Jeremy Coatney, the Almighty Ferret Lord, and Fire Mizuni. A big thanks to all my other patrons and unto my little community as a whole. Remember to be kind to yourselves, be kind to others, and have a wonderful whatever time it is for you. Bye-bye!